Hey guys, it's Rainey Romero with the lovely law firm. You are watching the Carolina Justice Report, and today we are chatting with partners Amy Lawrence and Justin Lovely, and we're chatting all about a new case type about premature babies. So today's topic affects a lot of young mothers and premature babies. What is NEC, I don't know how to pronounce it, but what is that?
So there's this new case type that we are investigating here at the Lovely Law Firm, and it involves necrotizing enterocolitis in premature infants. Okay, so it's also known as NEC, that families may have heard during the diagnosis process. NEC, some people refer to it as that. But the scientific term is necrotizing enterocolitis.
Okay.
So it's a mouthful. It's hard to understand. A lot of
Sure.
people are shocked if this affects their family, and these are gut-wrenching cases. Okay, they're some of the worst we've ever heard as far as the damages, because it's affecting premature infants.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible.
So what is this? How does it affect them?
So what necrotizing enterocolitis is, it's a disease that these little babies, it happens to their intestines, and essentially they can't digest cow's milk. And so what happens is little perforations develop inside their intestines. So little holes are coming in their intestines, and bacteria will invade their intestines, and they essentially start to necrotize and rot. And it's a very deadly disease.
Does
It's
this
terrible.
happen, do they not realize it until they ingest their first bit of cow's milk, or how does...
Right. I mean, they're not born with it. So
Right.
it's with premature infants. I mean, they're born. They're usually in a NICU unit, and then they have to start eating. Right. So either they're going to be breastfed, but because they're premature, the mother's milk may not come in, and so the alternative is these hospitals are giving them formula, and if they're giving them formula that's based off cow's milk, which we're seeing in these Similac and Enfamil brands, that's when the risk to develop NEC increases.
Yikes.
Some studies have said it's 10 times more.
Ugh. And is there a way to help this, fix this?
Well, the way to fix it is get rid of the cow's milk.
Yeah. So they can come back from this? They can heal?
Well, 40% of these are fatal cases. I mean, and it develops fast, so it's devastating for a family. These cases are terrible. I mean, and people don't understand this. So, part of the Carolina Justice Report, we want to get their word out as soon as we can, because litigation, the people are figuring this out, and now litigation is happening to be able to compensate these families for the loss of their child.
Right. What's terrible about it is, you don't know that they can't handle formula until it's affecting them. And does it show up right away, or is it something that you don't even realize until it's too late almost?
Well, what we're finding out through the litigation is the companies did know that the risk of NEC increases several times fold, and science will keep developing and proving this. When a premature infant is given the cow's milk based formula, so what they need to be getting is breast milk or donor breast milk, or there's alternative formulas for premature infants that are not based off the cow's milk.
Sure.
It's based off of the human fortifiers. So those are perfectly fine, and those given to premature infants, there is no increased risk. I think naturally it occurs in 1 in 2,000. The last study I looked at, 1 in 2,000 births.
Right.
Naturally, but when you give them the cow's milk based formula, I mean, we're looking at that 10 time fold that the studies are showing. So it's
Right.
terrible.
Well, and I know, obviously you have 2 children, two boys, and I've got some little girls. So obviously this hits home for us. I couldn't imagine having a premature baby that you're already worried about, and then
It's like you
this
do
happening.
everything you can. Oh, it makes me cry thinking about it. Like you do everything you can to bring your babies into this world happy and healthy, And when that goes wrong, the one thing that you expect that shouldn't even be a no-brainer is that you're being able to feed them. And when we look at these cases and through the litigation, we've learned that these companies, these formula companies, knew that this was, and they were still pushing it. And that's the part I just can't get over.
Yeah.
They knew better and they weren't doing better. They were still pushing the formula because they're trying to make $1, and it came down to profit shares were over people. And this is the Aaron Brockovich moments of life that just are like, this is not okay, and somebody's got to stand up and hold these people accountable. We can't go and put those people in jail. Can't put corporations in jail, but what we can do is hold them accountable and hit them so hard in the pocketbook that they won't do it again.
Yeah. So, Justin, you said between 15 and 40% of these preemies die. What are you able to do to kind of help look into this? Because as new moms, we obviously don't know to not look for that. We trust these companies to know for us of what's going to be safe or not safe. So how are you able to kind of help folks?
Yeah, so what we're investigating, you're right. 15, some studies, 15 as high as 40%, if they have NEC, they're going to pass away, which is going to be devastating to a family.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? If they live, they're going to have gastrointestinal issues for the rest of their life. And I mean, those are things that when we look at those kind of cases and we say, what would a life care plan be for that? I mean, we're talking millions of dollars. So these cases, and that's going to be costs that would have to be borne by that family or borne by Medicare, borne by Medicaid, borne by the state, and families just can't do that, right? It's devastating financially, or they could lose their child.
Right.
And even if they do live, I mean, what kind of quality of life are they going to have? I mean, that's terrible to even think about.
Who knows what future problems will come up for them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're investigating these cases, and we want to hold the makers of Enfamil and Similac liable. And most importantly, all trial lawyers, we're all getting together around the states. We want this off the market.
Yeah.
Don't give it to premature infants.
Yeah. And I don't think we had even said those names prior with Similac and Enfamil. So those two are the two formula companies.
And they're the most trusted formula companies
the most popular
in America.
Yep.
Now, let me be clear. I mean, the regular formula for a full-term infant, no problem.
Right.
That's not what's causing this.
Specifically the premature infant
premature infants.
formula.
Premature infants given the cow's milk-based formula. Okay, that's when their risks of developing the NEC greatly increase, and that's what we need to stop. We need to stop that immediately. Okay?
It's also educating the doctors, because some of them just didn't know. You know what I mean? They're not knowingly.
I can't imagine that they would, just give it.
Yeah,
knowing
doctors,
that
medical staff, they think like we are. They have the best interest of children at hand, and why would they give it to us? They give it to the hospitals for free, to give it to the babies, and so we just expect the best.
Yeah. So what do you guys recommend for families that may have had this happen?
So we're looking at cases as far back 10 to 15 years back.
Okay.
So this could have happened to you, and what we would do essentially is pull the medical records and say, was there a NEC diagnosis in the medical records? And if it was diagnosed, was Similac or Enfamil with a cow's milk-based product given to the premature infant? And those are the cases we think will be viable and be part of the potential litigation. And like Amy said, the doctors in the hospitals don't really know. This education push is really getting out there, and they are learning now. But they need to understand: do not give those cow-based formulas to premature, and it cuts the risk.
Sure.
And it could solve the problem.
Well, and this is great education for moms too, to be on the lookout, because so many times you have to be your own advocate for stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and any kind, and also it may have been NEC, but these moms are so, I mean, the blinders are on, they're shocked. They're not remembering what the actual diagnosis was. So if it's any kind of deceased premature infant, we want to look at that case for them. And there may not be a case, but we would definitely dig into it for them. And if there was a necrotizing enterocolitis diagnosis, and we know that Similac or Enfamil was given to the premature infant, that is a case that could qualify that we would investigate for them.
Absolutely.
This makes me think also, and I just want to speak to all the women out there who breastfeed and have this ample supply. I wasn't one of the lucky ones that have the ample supply, but I tell moms all the time that if you have extra breast milk, please donate it to these breast milk banks, because it is so helpful when we're talking about premature babies in hospitals, because they need it so badly. And I really push that if you have extra, you donate it. Please don't let it go to waste, because that is liquid gold.
It really is. Really is. And so many, even without the hospital, so many moms that can't produce enough that could use that for sure as well. We always find more benefits of breast milk, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that's not to shame anybody who doesn't, but if you have it, please share it if you have extra.
Of course. Well, thank you both for chatting about this. You can learn more on justiceslovely.com. You can also head on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. We're everywhere that you consume your social media. Thank you so much for watching today for the Carolina Justice Report. You can watch more episodes. We're dropping new episodes every Tuesday at 2 p.m. We'd love for you to stick with us. Thanks for watching.
When life gets ugly, justice is love.